Hello and welcome back. In the last section, we have built up the landing page. It is looking pretty nice right now. And the next thing is to deploy this on the cloud. Okay, so how do we go about it? So what we're going to do is we'll follow the same process as before and essentially make a new branch on our GitHub repository. Okay, so let me head over to our GitHub repository now. So we have right now our master branch, and then we have the deploy and fix branch, and we already went ahead and did a pull request in here. Nothing is open, so essentially I want everything here. I want all pull requests. I'm not sure why. Open issues and pull requests. There's nothing. Yeah, there is one that's closed. Okay, so we have a pull request here. Okay, that's closed. And what we're going to do is we will go ahead and create a new branch and then push all our code in here. Let's go ahead and say git status. So we have all these files in here and we need these to go into our new branch now. So what I'm going to say is git branch, and I'm going to make a new branch now with a -m, and I'll say landing page. Okay, this is going to be our new branch in which we're going to push our changes related to the landing page. Okay, let's go ahead. If I do a git status now, git branch, should be the new branch that should be reflecting now. Okay, next I'm going to say git add dot. Okay, alright, and I will say next I'll go ahead and commit to the changes to the local repository, and that's going to be git commit -m, and I'll say landing page completed. Let's see. Alright, so we have all the changes in here right now. I'll clear screen, and what then I'm going to do is I'll say git push. Let's see, what is the git remote right now? Git remote -v. We are pointing to the Indie Cafe repository. Okay, I'll go ahead and push these changes now. Say git push. What's our branch right now? Git branch. So let's go ahead and push our changes here in to our new branch that we just created. Let's say git push origin, and I'll give the branch name here. In the future, we're going to put some automation around this. Essentially, don't have to type in too many commands. We just have our script which will do that for us. Eventually it'll only ask us to key in our user ID and password at the time of pushing. Okay, let's go. It's asking me for my credentials. Okay, it should be making its way up anytime. Quite fast today. I should soon be able to see this on our repository. Okay, well, let's see if we got something in here. Alright, so we say now we have a new landing page repository, branch, and you can also see it here. It's made its way up. Ideally, I should have given a kind of number here to make sure that the sequence of the branches. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but we know that the landing page is the first thing that we did. Let's now go ahead and see if we can actually compare and do a pull request. I'll click on compare and pull request. Okay, and let's see if it allows us to go ahead and do the merge. It's checking. It's saying able to merge here. So just leave a comment here saying that landing page. Alright, so we got all the checks passed here. So we have actually completed all these checks and this is ready for that. It also said deployment preview ready. And if I click on the details, I'll probably open it in a different page here, different tab. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's actually giving us a preview here. Super. So that's excellent, right? But the thing is, yeah, it's still kind of rendering the preview. I don't think it's completely done. We'll wait for that to complete. Alright, so super. This is the completely rendered view, right? So it says it's still doing some calculation behind the scenes, some computation, but I'll not be worried about that. I'll just go ahead and close this and go back to my GitHub, and I'll say merge pull request and confirm. Okay, and hopefully, so I think that's merged. And if I go back to our Netlify page, I should be getting a deploy item soon here. Okay, I think it's already building here. All right, super. I'll go ahead and close this. This was the earlier page. Okay, And let's wait for it to complete the build process. Alright, so I'm actually watching the logs here. It turns out the deployment is successful. The site is deployed without changes with the landing page. So let's go ahead and preview this. You can also go ahead and preview. Let's see. Alright, that's the one that we were interested in. Yep, it's rendering just fine. Okay, and I'll go ahead and close it and go back to my earlier page. I preview the deploy, go back to the deploy here, and access the actual link of the application. Okay. Yeah, it does take some time for the background to appear. I'm not sure why, because probably it takes a while to cache that first time around, and subsequently it just renders fine. So let's see if I go and access this in a different tab. Okay, let's say go in here and access this here. Hopefully it comes up quickly. It still does take a lot of time. Maybe we need to do, yeah, it's okay. It does take a little time, but in future we might want to kind of tweak that latency issue and make sure it renders as quickly as possible and as swiftly as possible. Okay, super. So we have the deployment and the integration done here between GitHub and Netlify. So we are in good shape as we go to building our browse component next. And that's going to be quite interesting because all along we've been focusing predominantly on the UI side, and with the browse component our focus actually also shifts towards the backend because we have to interact with the backend APIs, which also means that we need to have some integration done with our MongoDB NoSQL data store. Okay, so let's look forward to that. So for now we've built up the layout framework and the landing page. It looks to be pretty solid right now. We'll come back and build the next component, which is browse component. Let's take a pause here and come back soon.